Hello and welcome to Rick's Picks. Today we have a very special edition of the show because, as you can see, I have a friend with me. This is Juca. He's a friend of mine from my home state here in Brazil, but who's living here where I live today in São Paulo, and we are neighbors, right? He,
Yeah.
he lives just on the other neighborhood here. And say hi, Juca.
Hi. Hey.
So today, as you can see here, we are going to be joining a Amonkhet draft league here. So let's hope we do well. Let's join. Yes. Like Juka doesn't play a lot of limited, right?
No,
You play
not
more
really.
of you're more of a pauper player,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I usually play 2 to 3 pauper leagues a week, and I'll do the eventual draft league, but it's very rare for
It's
me.
rare, yeah.
I actually do enjoy the format, but I don't know exactly what it is. I don't know. I just prefer constructed, I think, but I think it's whenever I need more tickets or I need to get more out of the to get a better how do you say it
A pool of cards, like
yeah
you want
yeah like better cards to sell because I
to
need more
sell,
tickets
right?
or stuff like that.
Right,
Like
right.
last time we did a draft in my place, I was trying to hoard tickets for the Pauper Challenge.
Yes, you opened a foil Nissa,
Yeah.
as I remember. So yeah, that worked out well for you.
Yeah.
and but you do play a pauper on a regular basis, and like I think the thing with limited and drafts specifically is that it's kind of it has a high barrier of entry, right?
Yeah.
Because it's uh, like it's expensive to play.
Mhm.
So sometimes if you don't know what you're doing, you can just not go very well and actually lose a lot of money.
Yes. Yes.
Especially if you don't open any mythics, which is not the case for us here because
Yeah.
we opened one of the very best mythics actually, Angel of Sanctions, and well, I'm obviously taking that. What else do you see here that you like?
Well, the illumination there, hieroglyphic illumination.
Oh yeah, it's a,
Cool
it's a
card.
fine one.
Yeah, the black removal also.
Yes, final reward. I think like if this wasn't in the pack, I would probably take the final reward because I do like black in this format. I mean, I don't like black a lot, but I think black is a good complement to red in this format and to white if you want to go the zombies route, right?
Mhm.
Other than that, this is an amazing card. Do you
Yeah, I
know it?
remember it. Yeah, yeah,
Whenever you exert any creature, it pumps your team, so
yeah.
it's really good.
Yeah, it's really
And
strong in that archetype, which is red and white. Exert.
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. And there's a Steers Descents too, which is a great card. And this is a great card too, but of course, we're going to
So,
take the Angel of
as
Sanctions.
you take the angel, what is the archetype you're looking to
Well,
assemble?
like, now we're going to answer that question actually,
Mhm.
because, like, the two archetypes with white that I like the most are white red, super aggro,
Oh yeah,
exert,
yeah.
or white black zombies.
Mm-hmm.
Here we have no mono white cards that we want to take. We have only a Jero's Resolve, which is it's an okay card, but it's not a card that I'm looking to second pick.
Yeah.
But we have Emberhorn Minotaur, which is a great card in the Exert deck. It's
Mhm.
you know hits super hard. But we also have a Wayward Servant.
Yeah.
So with this pick here, we're going to be looking to enter either into red or into black.
Okay.
The thing here is like we have two zombies here that are likely, at least one of them should return here, I think.
Yeah.
So I'm leaning towards taking the Wayward Servant, especially because this thing is a zombie
Oh.
as well.
Oh yeah.
Because
It has
Embalm is a,
yeah,
is a
yeah,
so it has a bit of zombie tribal going on here, but
yeah. And like the gold guy there you took, it's pretty strong.
yeah, it's very strong.
Yeah. I
Uh,
also saw like a bunch of good blue cards. It's the second essence scatter you see, and you
yes,
have the
it
draw
is.
card
It
in the
is.
first one, and also the gold, blue, and white. I don't know about that
Yeah,
archetype, but
like white blue is a great archetype. White blue and bomb is great too. I really do like it, but
yeah.
I just prefer white black if I'm going the zombies route. I think it's a stronger archetype. I could be wrong actually because I have seen some ridiculous blue white decks with the rare guy. I can't remember his name. The 2 mana 2/2/1 with embalm that gives +1/+1 and unblockable to one of your tokens during your upkeep. It's
Okay.
very strong, but it's rare.
Yeah, here we have the black cartouche.
Yeah, like there's the black cartouche, there's this guy, which is a cycler, and there's a blighted bat, which is a zombie. I am leaning towards taking the. Oh, we also have a Spear Master, which is a fine card.
Yeah.
I'm not looking to pick cards in other colors, so I'm probably gonna just go ahead and take the Cartouche, which is a card that I like. Here, like we get a good one. This zombie is this is a card that has grown considerably in my evaluations. It's really strong
Yeah, I always
as a
find it strong.
yes.
Three mana, 3/2 mana.
Yeah, menace is always like annoying because if you have to block with two of your creatures, but you're never sure if the guy has some sort of combat tricks and stuff like that. So it can
What is
lead to huge
the
blowouts.
first one, the rare one?
It's a rare. It's a flying card. You name a card, and your opponents can play the name, the
Oh,
card
it's a
with
Meddling
the
Mage.
chosen name. It's a badly mage, but it also prevents all damage that will be dealt to you and permanent you control by cards with that name. So it's a removal spell too.
Cool, yeah.
It's fine. But you know, with the layout that I have so far here, I really want to be getting zombies.
Yeah.
There's a sacred cat too, which I like, and it's a zombie because it has embalm. But I'm gonna take a curse minotaur, which is a card that I have really grown to like.
Yeah.
Right here, the cards in I guess we could take this time to reflect. If we're gonna go big on zombies, this is a nice one. Do you know this card? You
Yeah.
exile a creature that was blocked or that blocked the zombie this turn. There's a Doom Dissenter, which is a card that you are annoyed by.
Yeah,
You don't
I don't like this card. I don't know why.
There's a Horror, which is not a zombie, sadly.
Yeah.
And there's also an Innovator's Name, which is a pretty massive card in the right deck,
Yeah.
in the zombie deck. There's also Quarry Hollow, which is a card that I really like. Even Initiate is a great blue card, but you know we've been passing a lot of blue. But actually, this here we have two premium zombie matter spells here, which is a good sign.
Yeah.
People are passing those cards for us. So okay, I don't know, maybe not. Here we don't have much stuff.
Well, there's the cat.
I'm leaning towards the cat because it is a zombie and it is just an annoying card overall. And like we were talking the other day, this format it can be very aggressive.
Yeah.
The white red deck is super aggressive. So lifelink on a creature that blocks their one toughness guys is more it comes up more than usual. So this is not a card that I dislike. But it's not a card that I'm super happy taking here. It's the sixth pick. We could take a Renewed Faith too, but I think it's more important for us right now to be focusing on building a creature base to make zombies work.
Yeah.
Right. Right here, well, we do have
Impeccable timing. I guess
impeccable
it's okay.
timing. Yes, it is okay. It's not a card that I love, but it is a removal spell. It's fine. There's a Spear Master, which is fine, but at 3 mana as a white creature, it's looking to compete with a lot of other cards that are actually zombies.
Yeah.
So it's not a card that I'm keen on taking here. Probably impeccable timing. A card that I wish I could take here is the Takar Skirmisher.
Yeah,
Because
this guy's pretty good.
it's good, and it is a zombie when you get embalmed. But I'm not about to splash for a third color here right now. Actually,
for
it's nice to note also that we aren't necessarily in black yet because we have a white bomb and a bunch of white cards.
Yeah.
And this thing and this two, none of them are cards that I like have to be black because of them. Here,
Okay, so now you get there's the mummy there, the festering
yes,
mummy. Or...
there's the Sparrow Mummy, which is a card that I like, and the Blighted Bat. 3 zombies that I'm going to take one of them here.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure what I take. I do like the Blighted Bat a lot because it flies, and it is a zombie. But I think I'm taking the Sparrow Mummy just because.
I think its body is better. I don't know.
Yes, it's a 3/3. It helps with exert. You can untap your exerted creatures, and also
Did you get it? Okay.
yes. Also, from my experience, this the bat comes later often than the mummy.
Yeah,
So here again we have a couple of good options. The miasmic mummy is fine, and then there's those who serve. I'm leaning towards taking those who serve here because it's.
I think it goes better with your deck. Like the mummy is actually pretty fine, the miasmic mummy, but I think you usually play it when you We're looking for a lower curve and more aggro
Yes,
approach.
yes, 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 yes. And also, it's nice when you have a bunch of cards like Sacred Cat, for example, because you can just discard it and
Okay,
embalm
yeah,
it.
yeah.
So
Now we
it's
have the
okay.
menace guy again.
Yeah, I mean, it's guy again. So like, and one thing in favor of the those who serve too is that the 2/4 body is pretty good because it blocks many of the red creatures well.
Yeah.
The red has a bunch of 3 power creatures that you want to be blocking. Here we have a cursed minotaur. So yes, we are still well. Here we got nothing, so might as well just take the rare. We are looking for some. Ooh, this guy
Oh, it came back.
made it back, and I'm actually thinking about playing it. We shall see.
If anything, it's a good sideboard card.
Yes, it is. In fact, especially if we play an opponent who has a bunch of copies of the same card, that would help. Ooh, that's the guy I talked about.
Oh yeah.
10-minute Vizier of Nectamon.
There he is.
And wow, this is a pack.
Oh, it's a good pack. Sensor there.
It is.
There's a red
It is.
cartouche.
And there's an Navy Wind guide, which is amazing. And
Magma Spray makes
actually,
a pretty strong
if
pack.
this was a first pack of the draft, it would have been no question for me. I would take a Magma Spray.
Yeah.
Because I think Magma Spray, with the aggro decks that are in the format, it's very important that you have good, cheap removal
Yeah.
to get rid of those guys. Here, well, I think if I guess we have 2 options here. One, we could go ahead and take something like a Baleful Amulet, which is a good card. It's a 3 mana life linker for 3. When it enters the battlefield, you put a counter on our creature you control.
Yeah.
It's better in green black, but it's also good in any black deck, really. But what I'm thinking of doing here, I think I'm gonna go ahead and take the Temet just to keep my options open. For example, if I start getting a bunch of blue cards here, then I could just jump ship, to blue. And like the Emmet is a great card, but it's not a card that I absolutely need in my deck, especially since it's not a zombie.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm gonna because like this guy has some a mind sensor. This guy has some fun interactions with cards like Danger of Sanctions, which has Embalm and becomes a token. Sacred Card becomes a token, so he gives +1/+1 and unblockable until end of turns. Pretty good. I think here we have a Mind Sensor, which is a great card, but I don't think I'm taking it here.
What is the split card there? It's a
Split card is amazing. It creates two
right.
cards, and then you sacrifice a creature. It creates 2 tokens, and then you sacrifice a creature to destroy any creature.
It's pretty good.
I think we have 2 cards here that we should consider, and those are the Start to Finish and True Heart Duelist, which is also a very nice card. It's a nice body, 2 mana 2/2. It blocks well, and it has Embalm, very cheap Embalm cost too.
Yeah.
Remember that the blue guy 2 mana 2/1 with no abilities and Embalm 4.
Yeah.
The guy is super. I'm leaning towards taking this card here. I think this is a better card overall.
Yeah.
But I'm leaning towards taking this because we took the Temet here. So we don't know if we are black necessarily. We could be blue. And this guy goes extremely well with Temet as well.
Okay.
Both with Temet and with the zombie matter cards we have. All right,
Okay,
here
so now
we
you get
get
another
and now that's what I'm gonna take.
Yeah.
This card is nice. I like it, but it's not for my deck. It's gonna be annoying playing against it actually.
Yeah.
And other than that, I think that's it. That's another time to reflect. But it's not a card that I like to have a lot of because I not always am going to have a zombie. So this really requires that you have zombies, which is not the case with most of the other cards. Like this thing is at least if I have no other zombies in my hand, is a 2 mana 2/2 that can attack and block. So I think it's gonna be a start to finish here. We could even perhaps splash for something. I don't know. We're gonna see soon enough. Have you seen you're a blue fan, right?
Yeah.
Have you seen the deck that uses Slitherblade in this format here, limited format?
No,
The
yeah.
super aggressive blue deck, blue red or blue white with Slitherblade and like equipment and cartouches and stuff like that.
Unblockable is a very strong ability for limited.
Yes, it
I
is.
think, I imagine.
Definitely.
Because even in Pauper is so strong.
Hmm.
Because of water.
Right, here we have a few options. We have a Vizier of Remedies, which I'm not going to take. I think I'm going to take those who serve, probably.
Yeah.
It's either that. I think, like,
The Scorpion guy is really.
Scorpion is nice, but again, I'm prioritizing taking white cards at this
Yeah.
point.
And also zombies.
Also, zombies.
Yeah.
This guy's a Scorpion, not a zombie. This is a very good card, by the way.
Oh yeah.
This is one of the cards that have impressed me the most since I started playing because I didn't think it would be any good. It's the sort of combat trick that I generally don't like to play my decks.
Mhm.
But it is great, especially against fights, against green cards that fight,
Yeah.
because you just blow them away. You just get an easy 2 for 1 for 1 mana. So
Yeah.
it's
You know something I hate
what?
about the I think it's the green cartouche that it when you I think when it ETBs you have the option to make it a
Yes, to make
creature
it
fight.
fight. Yes.
And I hate that when you do a combat trick like that, your opponent then can
Yeah.
just choose not to
Yeah,
fight.
he can.
I
But
hate
that's
that.
the one card where that's true. The other green cards, all of them in this format, I
You
think
have
that
to
there's
fight.
a rare one that I know you have to fight.
Yeah.
So and sometimes your opponent fights anyway.
Yeah,
You
sometimes
misclicks or
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know. So
It's
right
cool to see sensor
here,
coming back here.
yeah, there's a sensor. I mean, that's what I'm gonna take here. I think.
Oh yeah?
I think because like there's this card which is a fine sideboard card against some decks.
Yeah.
And then there's the rare, which is a great card, a Channeler Initiate. But we are not green, nor are we looking to possibly go into green here. But we are possibly blue. I mean, we're
Yeah, right.
probably
You could
not.
eventually even splash for just a couple of blue cards.
Yeah, like Sensor is not the kind of card that I would splash for because it's an early card. It's a card that they want to have on the early game, right?
Yeah.
So I guess this pick here is going to cement that we are probably not blue because I'm going to take the blighted bat.
Yeah.
It's a zombie. It flies. It does. It's important to fly because you really want to in these decks to have ways to push through the last few points of damage.
Yeah.
And flying does that. The only flyer we have so far is the angel, and it's a pretty great flyer, but still.
I think what is cool about this bat also is that it has an ability that is kind of relevant late game.
Yes, it is. It is quite relevant. And actually, like for example, we have a bunch of 3 mana cards here already. But if we have bat plus this guy, it's okay playing the bat on the fourth turn because it can like serve as a 4 mana card, right? Oh, this is pretty impressive. Nehab the Worthy. We're not gonna take it because we're not red, looking to be red for this card, and we don't have any Oh no, we do have Minotaurs. This guy's a Minotaur, by the way. But yeah, I just don't think the payout is there in this case. So I'm looking here to take actually this card for my sideboard.
Yeah.
Which is a card that I never start in my deck, but it's really great against cards that abuse the Oketra's Monument. Do you know Oketra's Monument?
No.
It's the white monument.
Okay, so what is it?
White creatures cost less, and when you play a creature spell, you create a 1/1 token with vigilance.
Did you get cards?
So, ooh, I didn't.
Oh no, you got the wrong
Oh,
one.
anyway, I got the Neheb. Here, well, the fact that this guy is in the pack is really weird because it's a great card.
Yeah.
I don't think it should be here at this point, but I'm going to take Doom Descender here. It's a 2 mana card that makes a zombie, and it's important. There's also an Inoketra's name, but I don't think we are so far the deck that wants to use Inoketra's name. Inoketra's name, I think, is a card when you have a bunch of binding mummies, the 2 mana white one, that taps other creatures.
Yeah.
Here, that's not the case. On the contrary, we actually want 2 drops, so I'm going to take Doom Center here. Okay, this is a great card, by the way. A Pitiless Vizier. I'm not sure how good it's going to be in our deck. I don't think it's going to be any good. We're probably not going to play it, but again, we don't have anything here.
What's with the caravan there? I don't remember.
It's a 5 mana, 3/5. When you enter the battlefield, if you control a tapped creature, you create a white token with vigilance.
Okay,
We do already have one here, but I don't think this is a card that when I saw it on the spoiler, I actually thought it would be one of my favorite commons, but it hasn't worked like that. Ooh, Miasmic Mummy.
Yeah.
It's fine. Like maybe what I'm looking for on the third pack here is hopefully we manage to get like a couple of binding mummies. That would be amazing. That would make our deck like go over the top, I think. But here I'm taking the Miasmic Mummy. It's a fun card. I'm taking this guy just in case. I don't really need a Painful Lessons, especially because my 3 mana slot is crowded at this point. And then I guess there's this guy. Ooh, there we go. Just Pastor's Curse. Which I didn't.
Oh, the
No,
one you
I
accidentally.
yeah. I picked the Nahab instead. All right, let's see if there's anything we want here from pack 3. Hopefully there is because, first pick. but yeah, like I do like where we are at, but this is not like the zombie decks that I really like have a bunch of binding mummies,
Oh, cool.
and that's probably what I'm gonna take here. I think it is.
And nice to see Nocatter's name too, because
Yes,
it was
it
still
may return.
available very late.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, it may make it back, and I'm thinking in this pack here, it probably will. I think we're gonna get either an Innocator's name or a Dark Purple Light, or maybe even a Supernatural Stamina or Festering Mummy. It would be okay to get. Uh, hopefully we get a True Heart Duelist, but I don't think that's happening.
Did you get the first one?
Yes,
Okay.
it's here.
Yeah.
But yeah, Binding Mummy is exactly what we want for this deck here, so we should go ahead and get it. All right. Oh, ouch. Now this is something to splash for.
Cut is so strong.
And ribbons.
Yeah,
It's also a
ribbons
fireball
also.
in the late game,
Yeah.
right? And like you generally do not splash for this thing when you have when you are splashing for black, because double black is hard to come by. However, it's if you're like a mono red deck, it's a fine card.
Yeah.
2 mana 4 damage, it's fine.
And also, like, you have the miasmic mummy, so maybe eventually
Yes,
you can
yes, yes. I
discard
could
it.
discard. Yes, precisely.
But I don't like. Oh, okay.
The reason why I think I'm gonna take it here is because there is nothing here that I really want.
Okay.
Like the bad is fine, but I would rather err on the side of getting a card that is potentially a bomb here
Sure. Yeah.
instead
And I
of
think
getting
it is
another.
more likely to make it back to the bat.
Yes, yes, I believe so.
Okay.
Either the bat or the
Because
Doom
the thing
Descender
too
should
is,
make
like,
it back here.
there's an
An
evolving,
Evolving
wilds
Wilds,
there.
yes.
Maybe if you want to splash blue, but this is already like.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna splash blue.
Okay.
If I splash for something, it's gonna be for red with
Okay.
for this card. I guess we shall see here. All right, there's an Catcher's name. Now I'm feeling like, should I take that thing? I'm not sure. There's an Electrify, which I could take, but I don't see myself doing that. Or I could just take another Doom Descender, which, in spite of you not liking it, it's a card that can work well
Yeah.
in a bunch of matchups, especially because against the super aggressive matchups, you need to try to race. And this is a great card to race because you just chump one of their guys and then you get a zombie back.
Yeah.
And you can, like, if you have this guy, you can drain him for one. If you have a Binding Mummy, you can tap a would-be blocker
Yeah.
that he has. So I think I'm gonna take it. I think I do like Catcher's name, but I'm thinking I'm gonna get it back. I think I need more creatures right now. I have 13 creatures. Ooh, Wayward Servant. That's perfect.
Cool. Yeah.
Actually, this pack is a bit of a of a letdown because there are 3 cards that I want.
Yeah.
The Minotaur, the Servant, and this thing.
Yeah.
Start to finish. Even this thing, I wouldn't be against playing it. It's a fine card. But yeah, Wayward Servant is exactly what we need here. More payout spells. Another fine one here. It's a zombie. I mean, when it comes back, it is a zombie. It's a 3 mana, 3/2 with vigilance, which is like it's efficient and it's very good in racing situations because you get to attack without tapping, and then
Yeah.
you can block on the way back, and it blocks pretty well too because it has 3 power. It also comes back, so like block trade, it comes back. It's a fine card, so that's what I'm gonna take here, I think. Okay, now we get an Evolving Wilds, and I think that's what I'm gonna get here.
Yeah.
I'm not sure yet if I'm going to splash this. I guess we're gonna analyze it when we finish the draft. If it's worth it to make a worse mana base to try to go off with this thing here. But I think it's there's nothing else here that we really want. There's a Scorpion. Lay by the Heart is a fine sideboard
Is that
card.
the duress thing? The thing that makes your opponent discard?
This thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, he.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like a coercion, but it costs 1 less, and you cannot choose a legendary card.
It's like an arrow that you don't pick a color.
Yes,
It's
yes.
Arrow.
Yes. So yeah, Evolving Wilds. I'm getting here. Okay, wow, this is a super late negative list. But here, I think that there's a card that I absolutely want in this deck, and that's a Wandering Death.
Yeah.
Because we want to get back Angel of Sanctions, we want to get back Wayward Servants, we want to get back Binding Mummies, and it's really the kind of card that we're looking for here. So yeah, there's a super late Nagavilis, which is nice to I mean, it's important to note that green should be pretty open. Somebody to our left should be in green and is gonna get a present here. There's also Winged Shepherd, which is a fine card, especially because of cycling, and it's a fine common finisher. But yeah, Wandering Death is exactly what we want here. Ooh, final
No.
reward.
Oh yeah,
That's
nice.
precisely it. I mean, Curse Minotaur, I wouldn't be against taking it,
It's cool, but
but final reward
do you already
is
have two of the
yes,
ones?
yes.
Yeah.
I don't really need a third one. This is a 2 mana card, by the way, because of cycling.
Yeah.
So yeah, final reward is perfect for us. And actually, final reward makes me think that I may not play the cut to ribbons
Yeah.
because we have one more removal spell here, good removal spell. We have three now, right? The start to finish, final reward, and then Angel of Sanctions.
You also have the.
Yeah, the time to reflect.
I think you also took. Did you not take
That
the?
there's this one too.
No, no, the thing that deals 3 damage to a
Oh yes,
walking
the
whatever.
impeccable timing.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Here I think I'm gonna take a fast tree mummy just because it's a fine sideboard card against the more aggressive decks.
Yeah.
And look, there's the bet.
Yeah, there it
And
is.
man, there's an electrify. This is insane.
Maybe you should take Electrify rather than the bat.
I
I don't know.
suppose so.
I don't think
I
you
suppose
need
so
splash.
because like I
I
don't
don't
know.
think the splash is reasonable.
No, I'm not gonna splash,
Okay, yeah,
but I want
just
to
as
like
an option.
yeah.
Sideboard.
Nah, I'm gonna take the bet just
How
because
are you doing on creatures there? You have 24 cards.
17 creatures so far. It's fine.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, hate a compelling argument. Here, I think I might end up not playing the Gideon's intervention and actually like because I this card is a removal spell, but it is not really the kind of removal spell that we want in this deck because we're more aggressive than that.
Mhm.
Uh, so I think we may be fine with 23 cards. I mean, let's see here. We have this. There's impeccable timing. Mesmic Mummy, yeah, Wandering Death, a Cartouche, couple Blighted Bats, Initiate, those who serve. Like, what's great about this deck here is that, like, you see these creatures here? This guy's a creature too, because he makes tokens, right? And he's also a removal spell. But aside from this thing, everything's a zombie. This guy comes back as a zombie. These are zombies. Zombie. This guy comes back as a zombie too. Comes back as a zombie. Binding Mummy is a zombie. Zombies. Zombie. Come back as a zombie. Zombie, and
Yeah,
zombie.
yeah, yeah.
So everything's a zombie, which means that our Wayward Servant and Binding Mummy should be pretty good here. So I'm fine with that. And we have 23 cards, and we have 1, 2, 3, uh, 4, 5 removal spells, 6 with if you count the Angel of Sanction. So I'm pretty happy with the deck as is. I don't think we need to take anything out here to play a Gideon's Intervention or even like play 16 land. I think we're fine playing 17 lands here and just running. I mean 70 creatures. That's a lot. What do you think about the deck?
Yeah, I think it's
You
pretty
like it?
strong. Yeah, it's looking strong.
I think it is. I like it.
It's cool because it's not like desperately aggressive. It's pretty aggressive, but also like
It has a
a
late
bunch of
game.
interaction. Yeah,
Yes, and it has like for example,
it feels like you could play defense pretty well too.
yes,
Right against
yes,
a very aggro deck or something.
and like the servant is great because it not only helps me with the racing situations because I'm draining my opponents,
Yeah.
but also it helps when there's a late game stalemate, for example.
Okay.
When the like those aggro decks tend to run into this kind of things, right? You give your green opponent enough time and they have a bunch of 7/7s and 6/6s and you can really attack well. And the servant actually helps you get there by dealing those last few points of damage. So I do enjoy it. Let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Do you
Should be
embalm also as well? Like, is there any embalm that uses double white or double black?
I don't think so. This guy only uses one white, and this guy one white. This other guy here one white. It's not. We don't really have any.
There was a 2 or 3 mana guy there also. What is it?
Oh yeah, the unwavering initiate.
Also
It's also one
so
mana.
one.
And like the good thing about Embalm is that it's generally something you want to do in a late game,
Yeah.
right? So even if we had a few double white cards here for Embalm, it's fine because like when you will want to use it, you will probably like be able to.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be, I think, a pretty even split of like 9 planes to 8 swamps here.
Yeah.
I don't want to play the Evolving Wilds because like we only have 2 colors. We're probably not splash. It's something nice to keep in mind actually, right? Like if we face a deck with some strong like control element, we could bring this thing in just to try and ribbons him out of the game on the late game,
Okay.
right? But yeah, right now I like the deck enough that I'm not willing to compromise the mana base in order to just get another bomb rare here in here, right? So yeah, I think it's gonna be it. Let's see what MTGO suggests. Yes, 9/8. Like I said, since we are at heart an aggro deck here, I don't really think Evolving Wilds is going to be important for us here because it's slow, right? And our mana requirements are actually pretty okay. We don't have a lot of double cards here. Our only double card is actually our bond, so
Yeah.
this is fine. So okay, I think I like this. Let's see how we do. So see you all round one.
Bye.